sorted. Obviously, Mo, Trent, Virgil, 3 weeks away from officially being able to talk to foreign clubs. What concerns does that give you, if any? Are we naive to think that those kind of conversations have not taken place already?
It doesn't worry me. We just accept the situation as it is. So it's although it's a creative way of asking it in a new way. Did your boss help you with this?
No.
Okay. Okay. No. So it's the situation as it is. But they play at a very good club, and they do really well at the moment. So hopefully we can keep it for a long time like this.
Well, Mo numbers in particular, I'm looking at him, 4 goals in his last 3 games, 7 in his last 6, 16 goals for the season in 22, and in the Premier League it's 13 goals and 8 assists in 14 games. So when you're working with a player like that, be it when you were a player yourself or as a coach, where does he rank amongst the best that you've worked with?
And in general, working really hard for the team when we don't have the ball. That is something that was not on your list, but what is really important for us as a team as well. So, I work with a lot of quality players over here, and Mo is definitely one of them. But he's also one of the ones that should score goals, like the other attackers that we have. So, he is also part of the fact why we keep as many clean sheets as we do, because we defend with 11 and we attack with 11, and he is one of the ones that is the end product of one of our attacks, and he's doing that really well for years in a row already for Liverpool, and let's hope he can continue doing that in the upcoming weeks as well.
You spoke about your disappointment at the overall performance in midweek, but at the same time, what satisfaction are you taking from the fact that when you're not at your best, you were still able to churn out those kind of results?
If we wouldn't have conceded the amount of chances we conceded, I think I would have put a bit more positives about it. Now we also relied on our goalkeeper. So if you don't play well, but you hardly concede anything, that is still a very positive thing. There were also a few positives to take. The amount of shots we blocked. We defended some situations a bit better or different than we did against Newcastle. And that second half performance was already better than the first half. We controlled the game much better than the first half. But if we want to if a game is not that good, you can't concede the amount of opportunities we gave away in the first half. And with opportunity, I also mean the amount of times they could just go over our midfield and just keep on running till our 18-yard box. And that will, if you play against even better teams, will harm you at a certain moment.
So it's a kick up the backside, even though you might not necessarily need one.
I don't think we need one, because these players have been outstanding in every single game. This wasn't our best performance, but it was still good enough to win a Champions League away game. But we're going to face Fulham now, which have done really well till now this season, and we should have a much better performance against them than we had against Girona to be able to get a result.
They've taken quite a few points off some of the top sides recently. Fulham, just how dangerous prospects are there, do you think?
Yeah, because of that reason, definitely. But you can only take away points from these teams if you have a lot of quality yourself and you have a good game or a good game plan, and that's what they have. They work really hard as well when they don't have the ball, which is one of the reasons not to concede goals, and that is what they've done against Arsenal. I think they only conceded from a set piece against such an attacking threat as Arsenal. That probably tells you how well they are organized and structured. And they beat Brighton as well, which is a team that is so comfortable with the ball. So probably they're able to defend really strong. Not probably, they are able to defend really strong, and they always have the threat of being a threat in the counter attack because of the fast players they have up front and the goal scoring abilities they have over there as well.
Having Alisson come back into the squad at this time of the season, and having had plenty of time to get back to full fitness, do you think you're going to see real benefits from that now, given the fact that he's given a lot of confidence to the side as well?
Hopefully. Hopefully the amount of time he needed and we thought he needed to get him back on his best possible level always also helped us in for the long term. That is not only that he's there for a few weeks now, but it is something that has to be shown in the upcoming weeks and months that he will stay available. But he worked really hard together with our performance and medical staff to get where he is now, and hopefully he doesn't get the same amount of work every game he plays. But if he does, then he showed that he's able of doing that in a real good way for us.
How's Darwin Nunez been this week? Is he frustrated that he's not making more of an impact and getting more goals for the team?
That's one way of looking at it. For me, he has impact. If you only look at goals, he hasn't scored the amount of goals he wants to score, or we want our number 9 to score, but he does have impact in his work rate. And that's not only for the other team not to create a chance, but it's also for us if we lose the ball and he's that aggressive that we can get the ball back and still create our chances. So he's part of a team that scores a lot of goals and is winning a lot. But of course, as a number 9, you want to score more goals, and that's definitely what he wants as well. But till now, I'm not only judging Mo on his goals, I'm not only judging Darwin on his goals, I also judge them on their work rate and what they bring to the team. And that has been positive till now, except for us and he himself wanting to score more goals. Maybe mainly also because the fans support him so much. Maybe he wants it even too much to score that goal for himself and also for the fans, because they've been very supportive for him.
He really feeds off that, doesn't he? You can hear the chants around the ground, and he really you can see it gets him going on the match day.
Yeah, it definitely does. But not only for him, I think all our players feel the support of our fans, but he's definitely one of them. And if you're in a good place, so Mo, for example, he's scoring so many goals, he likes the support of the fans, but he doesn't really need it at the moment. But what I like about fans is, special fans, is that they're not only supportive if it's going really well for a player, but especially if he maybe needs that support, and that is what makes these fans of us special, in my opinion.
And could he have more competition for places soon? Will Chiesa and Jota be available for this weekend?
I think they are. They have to. We have one training session to go, but Federico missed quite a lot for a long time. Was ill last week, so we have to wait and see how he's exactly doing. But maybe Diogo is in the squad, and maybe Federico as well. But that depends a bit on the numbers we have and also how he recovered from his illness.
Carl, unless Vinny's asked your question.
He has been there. On Darwin, he put a post on social media after the game this week, which appeared to be aware that there's some criticism or maybe some facts. Is that does he get affected by criticism and how I know you were asked about confidence on Tuesday, and it wasn't really a confidence thing, but is he that sort of player who needs a bit of support, a bit of an arm around the shoulder?
I think not only him, every player who's in a position where he's we all saw that they did something with him, that he missed the chances last Wednesday. Was it Wednesday that we played? Tuesday. And I think everybody then needs an arm around you, either it's from a teammate or from the fans or from your manager. That is clear. But I also made it clear to him that he's not only judged on the goals he scores, he's also judged on the team performance, and he adds something to the team performance as well with his work rate and how much he does for us winning the ball back high up on the pitch. So yes, I said it before, ideally he has scored a few goals more, but it's mostly in a season like this. Maybe in a few weeks you will ask me, Mo is not scoring anymore and Darwin is scoring one goal after another. It is the life of a number 9. Sometimes you score, sometimes you don't. But what should be always there is work rate. And I think that's what he had. Apart from 2 games, the first one against Las Palmas, I said to him that yesterday. And the last half hour against Girona wasn't of the standards he should have. And that had a lot to do with him being disappointed after missing a few chances.
Hi Arne. Chelsea manager Enzo Maresco says he doesn't believe his side are ready to challenge for the title. Do you think they are, and how do you view Chelsea?
I think I've said a few times already what I think about Chelsea before we played them, after we played them, and 1 or 2 weeks later. So I think it was one of the games, maybe the only game, where I felt the other team was better than us during that game. That's not to say that for the long term they are better than us, but during the game they had more ball possession than us. They were threatening us more than any other team did till now. So yeah, that was my opinion about Chelsea back then, and that's still my opinion. But I'm not there to judge what position they will end in the league table. I have to focus on my own team. But Chelsea has been impressive this season so far, that's for sure.
Well,
Hi Arne. All teams have a tough schedule at this time of year, but Liverpool travelled nearly 4,000 miles across their last 5 away trips, and in that same period of time, Fulham haven't even left London. Now, considering that level of disadvantage, and off the back of a game where you said intensity and aggression were maybe a bit lacking, do you think freshness becomes more important in terms of team selection at this time of year?
Interesting way of looking at it. You think the fans will find it okay if we're going to play in London from now on? Because there are so many clubs in London, so it's normal that they don't travel as much as we do. Maybe, but and they don't play in Europe, so that's something different as well. It is what these players are used to, and we have a big squad, so I don't mind us traveling that much. Sometimes it's even nice to go somewhere else, especially if you go to Spain and you expect to have a little bit of sun, which we didn't. No, it's what we want. We want to be in the Champions League. We want to, of course, we are in the Premier League, and then don't complain about the amount of travel you have to do. We are in a privileged position that we travel in a really good way. So the airplane and the way we go there it's very quick. So it's not an issue for us. I hope we can continue making these flights for a long time in the second half of the season.
Hi Arne. Just on Federico, obviously an illness is a bit of a different setback, I guess, to what he's been sort of dealing with in terms of building that fitness. But given where he's up to now, sort of what are the key steps now for him and for you to sort of, I guess, maintain an availability and sort of building that match fitness in a period where there's a lot of intense fixtures and every game is so important?
Yeah, what makes it difficult is that we play so many games. That's what I knew, and was just sad to me as well. What he needs is playing time, and the problem is if you haven't played for 5 or 6 months, it's sometimes difficult for a manager to give him his first minutes because you don't exactly know what you can expect. Yes, I see him on a training ground, but ideally you see him in a friendly during the week, or you see him in an under-21 game or something like this. But that is not the situation we have. We play so many games. So maybe the Southampton game might be a good moment for him to get some playing minutes, and then we know a bit better what we can expect from him. Of course, we see his qualities, we know his qualities, but he needs to get this fitness level. If you only have training sessions, that is not the same as playing time. So you need to have playing time to reach certain fitness levels. And but yeah, that is if you are competing for the league and competing in the Champions League. It's not always easy to find these minutes unless we are sometimes 4 or 5-0 up. But for the whole season, I think it was only once against Bournemouth at home, 3-0 up at halftime. For the rest, it's been a struggle or a fight till the last second of every game.
Any more for the breakout next door? No.
Trainer, when you came to Liverpool from Rotterdam, you had an image how it would be working at the top club, top level. Is there anything what is completely different compared to what you thought it would be?
No, the good thing was that I already worked at a top club. Like you know, these two are Dutch. These two come from Feyenoord. So I already worked at a top club. The difference is that it's all a bit bigger over here. So the training ground is a bit bigger. The country is bigger. So it's like you just said, we have to drive. We have to travel longer, and that takes more effort. And the quality of the league is much higher than the quality in the Eredivisie, which makes it every game a battle to get your points. Because at our former top club I worked, Feyenoord, we could 7 out of 10 we could easily win. But here it's 10 out of 10 games that are difficult to win. That's the main difference in my opinion.
Last one.
You went from the other top club to this top club. It's a bigger club, of course. As we do it in English, which is very, very difficult. And now you're going to play at Christmas for the first time in your career. What about that, or is it difficult maybe in preparation because you never had it before?
I was always happy that in the Premier League the teams played, because when I was off, you always like, there's no football on television, and then there is, because in the Premier League they play. So I was always very happy that the Premier League played. Now, when you're in this league, you sometimes feel okay. A few days, few weeks off were maybe not good for me, because I had my days off during the international breaks when the national teams played. But I think for the players it would be definitely beneficial for them to have 1 or 2 weeks off. But it is not the situation. And before we played Girona, we had to play Everton. And when that game was cancelled, I was like, okay, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we have even more energy now to play in Girona. So it was a bit of a surprise for me to see us not having that energy in Girona as we usually have. So maybe it's a good thing for us that we play so many games. And actually, I'm looking forward to it. My family is going over, so Christmas days will be similar to normal, except for the fact that last year I was in Dubai, so it was a bit more sun. And now I'm here in Liverpool, hoping to enjoy a home game against Leicester, which is maybe a different way of spending Christmas or being, but it's also a way of where I'm looking forward to. Yeah. They used that Feyenoord that it takes an hour, so that's why they keep on question.
Everything is bigger here, like you said. Big competition, bigger country, bigger media attention, everything. Is this something you still miss from your Feyenoord days? The people I work with, and I hate to say this, but it is true. All the fans as well, they've been really good for me as well. So this is something I never did when I worked at Feyenoord, to try to make myself popular by giving them compliments. But they've been outstanding for me. But the people I've worked with at Feyenoord, I definitely miss them, and the players as well, because you build a relationship with them. And I'm very happy over here. The staff is so good for me, and the players as well. But if you work 3 years together, you've won a few things. Yeah, then it's normal, I think, that you miss these people. Apart from these two as well, I miss them a lot. Next door.